SABC News correspondent Phoebe Omoroso joins us now live from Japan. Phoebe, thanks indeed for joining us this morning. So we understand the body is now in Tokyo. Any details on when the funeral is likely?
Yes, so we're expecting there to be a few services coming up. There is a night vigil that is scheduled to be held on Monday, and then on Tuesday there will be a funeral in which Abe's wife will be in attendance, and that will be held at a central temple in Tokyo. At the same time, there will be some memorial services down in Shimonoseki in Yamaguchi Prefecture in the south, and that is Abe's hometown. They will be laying out flowers and lighting incense, and we can expect that there will be some more public memorial service for him later on, both in Tokyo and Shimonoseki. There's some kind of farewell party, as it's being termed in Japanese, but we don't know further details as of yet.
Has there been any clear information, perhaps, from what you might have learned over the past couple of hours about the possible reasons for this assassination? Any detail that we're getting at this particular point?
Well, it's still a little bit unclear, but this is what's being reported. The suspect, who is 41-year-old Tetsuya Yamagami, he had a grudge against a religious organization, and Japanese media have been very, very cautious about naming this organization in case there could be any kind of retaliatory action, but some have termed it a cult. And the suspect's mother was involved for a long time with this organization and made a very large donation, to the point where her finances became strained. Now, the suspect Yamagami had a huge amount of resentment towards this organization and his mother's involvement, and initially he planned to target a religious leader, but he then switched his attentions to Prime Minister Abe. And this is not particularly due to Abe's politics, but rather that the suspect says that there was some kind of connection, that Abe had promoted this group in some kind of capacity, whether that's through the LDP or personally. There's no further details on that. And so he hatched this rather elaborate plan in which he had also been making homemade weapons, and it's just been reported even trying to make a homemade bomb to carry out this attack. And he had visited other locations where Abe had been campaigning. So there clearly is an amount of forethought and planning that has gone into this crime.
Are elections expected to continue today?
The elections, yes, they are continuing. Voting is going on as we speak, and we can expect an exit poll at 8 p.m. this evening. That's one thing that Prime Minister Fumio Kishida came out and said very strongly after the assassination of Abe, was that, of course, this is condemning it, but really that the elections are a symbol of Japanese democracy and freedom, and upholding this as a sense of the strength and stability of Japanese politics. However, analysts are saying that the ruling LDP could actually perform better as a result of this incident, as they may get several sympathy votes in light of the public outpouring of grief, and that could put them in a stronger position to push their agenda forward.
Has it had any effect, though, the assassination? Has it affected voter turnout, perhaps, from what you're gauging on the ground?
So far, there aren't too much information on voter turnout, but as of 2 p.m, it did seem to be about 0.8% higher than 3 years ago, so at 18.8%. But that's not including at least 15% that have already voted in advance. So we're still counting the numbers, but we can expect it to be higher than it was 3 years ago. Still waiting for those details, though.
Phoebe Omoroso, thank you very much indeed, joining us live from Tokyo in Japan for the latest on that story. Thanks indeed.